Hello, friends. So, we have seen the economic survey released last Friday, and we understand that the government is having a position of expansionary fiscal policy, what is being recommended in the economic survey. Uh, Now, the idea here, if we look into what is the rationale being provided by the chief economic advisor, Mr. Krishnamurti Subramaniam, that we can go for an expansionary fiscal policy as it is a time of recession and slowdown uh, since last 1 year, what we have observed because of the COVID pandemic. And in that context, whenever such situation arrives, then definitely Keynesian philosophy is adopted. More and more stimulus happens, liquidity is infused into the market, and also basis the literature in finance, the CEA suggested that there will be a fiscal multiplier effect on the economy, on generating the economic activity, which will be which is something which is more impactful. This multiplier effect happens during the time of recession or slowdown because this is the time when such the private players or the savings in the bank, these are not invested. So the investments are to happen from the government side, that is fine. And these investments happening is not creating an impact such as crowding out of private investment. So this crowding out is not happening to the extent possible as in the case of a mature economy which is growing successfully and the private players are participating heavily in investments. So when time is not that, when the time is of slowdown or recession, then this fisc multiplier plays a very significant role, and that suggests that fiscal deficit may be expanded and more investments may happen. So that works for the economy. Secondly, another phenomena which is debt sustainability. So now we see Indian public debt is touching around an all-time high of 90%, which is raising eyebrows in some sectors among economists. Now, that is something again justified that we can borrow more and we can invest and expand the fiscal deficit and use those borrowed money for investments. So the idea here is that this borrowing, the interest rate, whatever is there, that rate is less than the growth which will come out of those investments. So now this what we call IRGD differential, the interest rate growth rate differential, is negative for India in the last so many years and other emerging economies as well, what is observed. So in these unsaturated economies, always the growth is very high compared to the interest liability what we have. And that suggests that we can borrow more and more because those borrowings are creating value because the interest liability is always lower than the growth. Now, the nominal growth is expected to be 15% in the coming year, and the interest will be 6 to 7%. So we see a value creation of 9% differential there, and that is the reason what is being proposed by the CEA that we can go for a more public debt, even beyond 90% works, and that can finance our fiscal deficit. So that ways expansionary fiscal policy is something which is being proposed in the economic survey, recommended in the economic survey. Now it is to be seen how the budget takes it, how the investments are planned, and how the growth is ensured, what is being estimated or expected for the coming year, FY22. Thank you.